Prepare for the most epic fight you've ever seen in your life. Yo, Odin Spark, thanks so much for converting your Twitch Prime sub to a regular sub. I appreciate that a lot, my man. And the game's over. Do-do-do. Do-do. No, they're alive. This is actually kind of accurate, though. Cloud's the only one that got up. Well, time to hold down circle and watch us win. Yeah, Cloud's really upset for some reason. He can't hit this giant thing, though. Come on, she's like stuck to the ground. Big fight. I'll use Neo Bahamut when we have Eris again so we can see how strong he is. Thanks, Regal. How would a Cloud Solo Yoshiyuki challenge go? Probably pretty good, seeing as though a Cloud Solo challenge is already not that hard. And early on, the Yoshiyuki would just annihilate everything. And even later, the Yoshiyuki's still really good. Oh no, not the boxes. I'll do it later. I want to put Neo Bahamut on MP Turbo. But I'll do it later, because Eris isn't even alive. Yo, Captain with the 4 months. Thanks for all the awesome content. Thanks, my man. Perhaps I should equip Cloud with something in case there's like some kind of spook here. I doubt it though. Oh no, it's Sephiroth. Hey, is this the first time we're seeing Zack? Hey look, it actually looks like Zack. I like that Zack model a lot. I want to see Sephiroth, like, when he comes over here to, like, talk to us about the photograph. I want him to look at Eris and just be like, "Didn't I kill you?" What happened here? Pretty sure you were dead. Pretty sure Coca-Cola has the rights to you. Well, here she just says Cloud, so... I don't want to understand. I love Sephiroth's language here because he makes it sound like Cloud was constructed. Like the terms he uses makes it sound like Cloud is like a robot, because that's kind of how Sephiroth feels. But it confuses you as a kid. As a kid, I always thought that Cloud was actually like a robot because of the way that Sephiroth talks. It's just a clever use of his language to kind of like confuse you more. Yeah, I definitely thought that Cloud might have been like a villain when playing this game the first time. Like, I almost felt like the final boss was going to be like Cloud. Yeah, for the longest time I thought that Cloud was a clone. I think most people probably finish this game the first time and think that Cloud is a clone until they play it again or read about it. There's just so many underlying things that you have to understand before you actually realize what's going on. What is Cloud? Cloud's just a dude that lived in Nibelheim. But because of Mako poisoning, he thinks he's Zack for a while and gets his memories confused with Zack's. But he's just a dude. A dude who almost made it in a soldier. I got too close to Sid and Cloud. Wait, this is different. I solved the mystery. I'll explain it to you later. I need to do something now. Uh-oh. This is different. I don't have the things for this. Whatever it is. Oh, I got the glitch. I should save. There's no music, it's kind of creepy. I didn't figure he'd do anything new here, so I'm actually kind of intrigued as to what's about to happen. You know, I probably should have changed my party. That would have been smart. I guess we'll do that if this doesn't work out. Okay, well, we're just in this cutscene again. Maybe that was it. Maybe you just had us walk up there. Hey, how's it going? You keep a lot of things to yourself. Wonder what would have happened if we put Red 13 in our party. Also, I like this effect where we can still see the ground, but like it's still covered in green. Yeah, it would have been interesting if we could play as the Turks, like, climbing up the mountain. But they don't really climb up it, they just go in their helicopter or whatever. Sid had that face down animation again. It's hilarious. So it looks like this is just gonna play out as normal. I'm not sure why we had to walk up there twice. Not sure why he added that. Where'd you come from? Eris is back there like, hey, I'm relevant. This has the potential to be such an amazing scene in the remake. Because it seems like they're giving Cloud, like, kind of the insanity in the back of his mind, but here's where he really gets crazy. So seeing this will be really cool. What's up, pet friend? Yeah, I mean, keep in mind that this mod isn't finished, so there's obviously some jankiness. I don't really mind the jankiness, though. The original game also has a lot of janky animations, and to me it doesn't, like, ruin the experience or anything. To me, it's more about seeing what could have been done and just experiencing the game a new way. It's not necessarily, like, I'm not as worried about everything looking perfect or anything. So that's just my opinion. I know some people are like, oh my god, these animations, they just ruin it for me. And it's like, that's fine. But for me, that's not what it's about, so. But do keep in mind that the mod isn't finished yet. And also keep in mind that the animations in this game are incredibly difficult to work with. If you've never worked with the animations in this game before, just keep in mind that it's very, very difficult. Everything is in a giant list of like HTML garbage, so you have to go through and hand pick everything. And there's only so much you can do to edit it yourself. So it's just a very difficult and long process. A lot of times with these mods, I find that, you know, it would take hours and hours to go through and change every single animation to make them all perfect. So instead of doing that, the mod creators usually just try to get it as close as they can and then move on to more important things. Like, I think if he had spent all of his time perfecting the animations, then none of this other special stuff would have been in it. We wouldn't have the special bosses or the cool HUD or any of that, because he would have just spent all of his time fixing every single animation, because there's just so many, and it's such a mind-numbing process, you know? So, to me, it's like, you know, the fact that it's this close is impressive to me already. But that's just my thought. That's just my thoughts. You can think of it however you want. It's your own opinion. The real problem is how it's coded. There was just only so much they could do with the way it was coded. Because it really is one of the strangest coded games ever. They were still trying to figure out how this PlayStation 1 console... They knew how it worked, but they were still trying to figure out the best way to code on it. So they were trying a lot of new things. You're free to be wrong. Yes, Ultimate and Diamond Weapon are in the Japanese version. Emerald and Ruby are not. But I believe this cutscene still is. But the Ruby and Emerald part is, like, taken out, I think. I think this right here was, like, added afterwards. I do have a copy of the Japanese version. I've always wanted to play it. One day we'll have to play through it, just to try it out. The Japanese version is pretty much in every way different, or like worse, I guess. But one of the things that the Japanese version did do is the encounter rates were a lot higher, which it's up for interpretation as to whether or not you think that's better or worse. I think the encounter rates are fine in this game. I think having them higher would be kind of annoying. So this is different. They really make those? They implanted Genova cells into a normal human being and then infused it with Mako energy. Well then, what is Cloud? It seems he was the one that made it. But why only Cloud? So that's actually kind of nice. It kind of does a little explaining to you to say, like, hey, he's a regular person. That would have been nice to have in the original game. I would have been a lot less confused as a kid. But I usually like when games keep things more, you have to figure it out for yourself rather than spelling it out, so I don't think Final Fantasy VII needs any more explanation. I think it's perfect the way it is. It has just enough to get you through the game and yet making you want to ask more. And that's something that games just really don't do nowadays. See ya, Advent. That's the thing that games just really don't do nowadays. It's more like when you finish a game, they want to make sure that you got every single detail out of it. They don't leave anything up for interpretation or anything up to you coming back and learning it through a second playthrough. That's why games like BioShock Infinite I love so much, because they give me that feeling of, I beat it, but I have no idea what happened, and I need to play it again, you know? Or something like Dark Souls, although Dark Souls is a little different. Dark Souls is more on the line of there is no story and you just have to make it up for yourself. BioShock Infinite was like the first game in a very long time to give me that feeling of, as soon as I finished it, I really wanted to play it again because there was so many questions I had that I wanted to have answered. And that's just a great feeling. It's a great feeling when you're sitting in the credits and you just want to start the game again. That's like the ultimate, you know, that should be every video game designer's goal, is that you should be sitting at the credits wanting to start over a new game. And not just because of New Game Plus having bonus content or something. Like, you should want to actually play through the same thing again because you want to get more out of the experience. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that go into it. First of all, games are a lot more geared towards kids nowadays. Back then, it wasn't so much. It was more geared towards people that they thought could afford the consoles. It wasn't so mandatory that every family buy their kid a PlayStation. It was a lot of college students and adults buying PlayStations, so it wasn't as geared towards kids. It still was, to a sense, but I mean, Final Fantasy VII is not geared towards kids. Their idea was to have older kids and adults play it so that the kids would want to play it. And that's the way to go, honestly. There's also the fact that people seem to think that everyone has lower attention spans nowadays, which isn't necessarily true, but people think that you need to be handheld more. And then there's just the fact that games are more based on making money now rather than making a quality video game. So getting the player from the beginning to the end of the game, understanding everything, and enjoying the experience enough to buy the DLC or whatever is the main goal now. The main goal used to be make a game that's really, really good, so they're going to want to play the same game over and over. Now the goal is make a game that's good so that they'll want to buy the DLC and not play the original game anymore because they already bought that. So they don't put as much replay value in the core game. The replay value comes with the DLC and the microtransactions and all that. See you in a bit, Mr. Guy. I'll probably be taking a break here in a minute too, so usually we do the final mix or whatever YouTube series we're doing from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and then I take a lunch break and then we do other stuff. But today, because we talked about the remake all morning, we're going to be doing final mix from 9 to like 1 with a break in between so I can eat lunch, and then we'll do some extra stuff at the end of the stream. Usually I take my lunch break after Final Mix, but I'll have to do it in the middle so that we get our full 4 hours worth, so we can have all the YouTube episodes ready. I mean, a lot of people like to complain that game companies just do everything for the money now, including myself, but the problem is that, why wouldn't they? You know? They are making money, we continue to buy it, why not do it more? You know? There needs to be a point where we stand up and stop buying the games. And we've started that movement, but not nearly strong enough to persuade anybody to stop doing it. It's up to us to stop buying games that are built that way in order for the industry to change, but it's pretty impossible when they release some Star Wars game and it's like, well, this could be the biggest piece of trash ever, but I'm still going to buy it because it's a Star Wars game. And so they just feed off of the fan bases that already exist. They're taking advantage of us, and there's nothing we can really do about it other than just not purchase them at all, which is difficult to do because we already have such a love for all these characters and whatnot. Whether it be Kingdom Hearts or Star Wars or Fallout, We already have a love for the series, so we're not going to just give up on the series because one game is bad. But at the same time, that allows them to give it this monetary build and get away with it because they know we're going to buy it. Am I a higher level than usual? Depends on what you mean by usual. A regular casual playthrough, I'm about where I'm supposed to be, but I'm never usually I'm never this high of a level because whenever I play this game, I rush it to make it harder on myself. But because this game has a lot of extra bosses that are actually, or this mod has a lot of extra bosses that are actually pretty hard, I've been doing more leveling than I normally do. Thanks for the host, Napaz. By the way, I was talking about the general fandom of video games when I made that short rant I just did. That wasn't my... Did he just unzip Tifa? That wasn't my normal... that wasn't my actual feelings. That was just the general consensus. I actually don't like Star Wars much at all. But I do share the same struggles that the Star Wars community has with like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, where I'm almost forced to buy the games because I have such a love for the series, knowing that it's just a trap and that I'm supporting a company that I don't necessarily think are making the right decisions. So... I forgot about the skip cutscene function. I need to start using that. I think what's more upsetting to me... yeah, we already talked about the teaser. You can check out the video, I just posted it. Or you can certainly talk about it now, but we did have a discussion about it. I think what's more frustrating for me right now, you know, game companies are in it to make money, and I understand that, and they're ruining a lot of my favorite series because it makes more money, and as much as I want to complain about that, until I stop buying the games, I can't really complain. But I think what's more frustrating is just all these, like, sexual allegations that are coming out, all these terrible things that are coming out about the companies we love, about the state of their companies and the way they deal business. And it just sucks to think that I'm supporting these companies, and I have been supporting these companies for years, and, you know, this is what they do. It sucks. It almost makes me feel guilty for buying games for so long. It's like, you know... But... No, luckily Square Enix hasn't gotten Me Too'd yet. But a lot of companies that I'm sure we've all bought games from have, and are continuing to come out. Just another one, Quantic Dreams, came out the other day with a bunch of problems. But it's just, when does the train stop, you know? I mean, I'm just looking at, like, celebrities, you know? Like, when the first... when Weinstein came out, everyone was like, alright, finally, we got that guy, you know? Good thing we got him off the streets, and then, like, it just snowballed into the point where we were seeing celebrities outed that we never thought would be outed, like Kevin Spacey and stuff. It's like, what? It's just insane. It's like, how did... I would have never imagined. So now it's the same with the gaming industry. Like, what's next? Is Capcom gonna be, like, outed? Like, I would hate to hear some of my favorite companies be outed for stuff like that. I don't really have a list of blacklisted words because it should be pretty self-explanatory. The only words that I blacklisted are, like, obvious cuss words. But don't ever fret if you get timed out for saying something that isn't allowed on the stream. It's not like it's a permanent thing. You just get timed out for a second, so don't worry about it if you get timed out. You will never be banned from the stream unless you constantly do something that you know is wrong, so... If you ever get timed out, don't take it personally. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, well, what's worrying though is that it's not getting worse, but we're hearing more about it. But that means how deep does it go? How long has it been happening? You know, because it's not worse now. It's not like it all just started happening. This has been happening for years. It's just we're hearing about it now. That's the scary part. And it also means that it's not getting better either. Since the dawn of time. Black out the screen for the slap fight. I need someone to draw a rough picture of the slap fight so I can plop that up. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this cutscene because it's a really long one. And I want to check out the whole skip cutscene thing. Honestly, this is one of the nicest nicest things in this mod. It's really, really nice to be able to skip cutscenes. For anybody that's played this game a lot, it's really, really nice to not have to watch stuff we've seen a million times. But, I mean, we can always watch it if we want to. We have that option. The slap fight is also a really nice spot where you could have another 1v1 fight. No, Arrow's just making a joke because it's violent. Might get demonetized for violent content on YouTube for that slap fight. It's pretty gruesome. Slapping not allowed. Man, that gun is so, like, violent looking. See you, Zycros. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the flower from Eris is actually free. It deletes the gil from your account, but if you don't have any gil there, it just gives it to you anyways. It doesn't do like a check to see if you have the gil, it just subtracts it. So if it subtracts it from 0, it just stays at 0. But yeah, I think there's no way to do that without cheating, because you can't like buy anything from that at that point, so you'd have to cheat your money away. But if you do cheat your money away, that's what happens. That would be really cool if it underflowed and gave you like max skill, but I don't think that's what it does. I don't know if I've ever actually tested it myself, but... Hey Barrett, don't die. That would be swell. Sword of Doom! No! Dang it. I was just throwing an X potion too. I love how, like, smooth the skipping cutscenes transition is. Also, I love how much like Zack those soldiers look. I love that that's just a treasure chest. Also, I've always wondered what these are. I guess they're transport copters, but the way they're like positioned looks so weird. They look like mushrooms. Oh my god, the Shinra cannon. Shinra cannon activate. You gonna run or? Looks like a meat grinder. It's gonna be making sausages out of us. Oh really? They're the Galink. I never made that connection. Yeah, I love that screen where Barrett, you know, stretches out. The thing is, with the remake, like I said before, I'm past the feeling of wanting it to be like original. I just want it to be something that we can all enjoy. But, I hate doing this because freaking I hit the buttons at the same time and half the time it doesn't work. What? Alright, that little doodad she did was pretty great. But what would be really nice with the remake, even if everything is different and everything is bad and whatever, it would be nice if they took certain scenes and tried to recreate them. Like, it'd be really nice if that specific scene was recreated in the remake, and they had some part where Barrett, like, posed and Yuffie and Kate Sith were standing behind him. Even if the whole rest of it is, like, different. It'd be really nice if they did that. Did stuff like that just to, you know, I don't know, shout out the people that they were supposed to be making the remake for in the first place. I don't know. Sounds like something that would be cool to do. Sapphire weapon fight? Yeah, we can fight his dismembered head at the bottom of the ocean. What's up, Big Munchkin? We just did a complete chaos challenge. You can check that out on YouTube right now. It's releasing every day. Should I equip Tifa in case there's a fight? I don't think there's gonna be. Maybe just in case. Oh, she already does have stuff. Okay. Hey, what are you posting that for? Hold on. Don't post spoilers. All I saw that it was a video from Grimmy, so I'm timing it out. I'm not sure if it's a spoiler or not, but I'm guessing it is. So I lost my train of thought. Oh, I don't think there's going to be a fight here, because there wasn't with the other ones. And there is a fight. Oh my god, she looks strange. I like how she's the same model that we played as before, though. The slap fight is real. She looks like she wants to wrestle. Don't move. I really wish I had Ronald Reagan. Ah! Oh, I thought I dodged it. I did not. And in this corner we have Scarlet. That little, like, animation she does. God, she does so much damage. Am I back row? Or no? Okay, good. We play games with cuss words all the time, guys. It's not anything new. Hey, we've been through this before, okay? Let's be adults, not children. I wish I could use, like, something else, but she does so much damage to me that I have to heal after every 2 attacks. And sitting in the back row for some reason did not help. I think she has long range or something. She dead. I like that she actually died. Like she didn't go like, "Oh, you defeated me." She just died. And now we get the slap fight with dress physics. And the success music is still playing in the background. It's funny. Run! Is Barrett gonna be like his regular model or like chibi model? Oh, no, he's like a hybrid. He's some kind of like hybrid green screen model. It's actually pretty dope. Oh God! Okay, that was different looking. So this is the no chibi model selection I made. That run was great though. That reminded me of like oh, what's that old music video with like the ridiculously like goofy looking music or goofy looking movement. Everyone looks like they're made out of like cardboard cutouts. Yeah, so that was the extra option that we clicked that said like no chibi videos. I think normally, if you were to play the mod normally without selecting that, it would have just played the regular cutscene. That was pretty great. I want to take that, like, that animation of her running towards the plane and, like, make a gif out of it. She's just like... and those soldiers chasing after her. That was amazing. Excuse me. Not enough crew. See you, Knock. Thanks again for the support. Catch you later. What does Eris say? I'm glad you're safe, Tifa. Now is the time to look for Cloud. There's an island somewhere where the live stream services. So she gives you the same hint that Red 13 gives you, kinda. But not now, later. Which is kind of nice that they give you the hint now instead of having to go through this and then go back in the high wind and then get the hint. Okay, so let's keep Eris in the party just to see how she interacts with everybody. Do we want to go back to Sid, or do we want to do, like... Nah, let's just stick with the party, why not? Especially since we're going to be using Sid here in a minute anyways. Oh god. Wheelchair Sid in HD. Or Wheelchair Cloud in HD. That's the real winner. Alright, so now we have the high wind, we can do a couple of things. We can cheat Quadra Magic and see if there's a boss there. We can check out this sweet high wind model. That's actually really dope. I like that I can see the paint on the side. It looks really silvery. We can see Meteor and see some of the other stuff on the world map in HD. You can see the HD crater up here. That was loud. We can make a visit to this bad boy. Oh my god, he's huge. Who are you? I don't know. I always love that line. I don't know. Alright, so we can cheat Quadra Magic and see if he put a super boss next to Quadra Magic, because so far he's put a super boss next to like all the big magic materia. So I'm guessing there's probably a super boss there, so we can try that out. We could go to Wutai and get Leviathan. We could go to Costa del Sol and see if there's whatever was there that Suna was talking about. There's a couple of things we can do, so we'll do all that, but I'm going to keep you on a cliffhanger, and we're going to take our break now, because now's a good time. We're at like 3 hours exactly, so we're going to take a short break, and then we will come back to finish out the rest of the final mix for today. Oh, go in Costa, okay. Give it the nice Costa del Sol music. What the? There's somebody new there. He wasn't there before. Alright, now I really got you. Now I really got you on the cliffhanger. What's gonna happen with that? Look, he's walking up to me. Hey! Don't you... Hey! Don't you walk away. Hey!